Well, yep, now being joined by Dan Azeez here live at the press conference. Dan,
yes,
we are now getting close, my friend. You know what I mean? Now reality is kicking in.
Yes.
How are you feeling ahead of the fight with Joshua Buatsi on Saturday night?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm still cool, calm, you know, collected, but as it gets closer and closer, you start to get into that, you know, mindset and that focus, and everything starts becoming more and more tunnel vision.
Sure, listen, friends turned enemies in many ways. You put that friendship aside. We all know the history of you two going way back when, you know, when you're training in the same gym, sparring together, many rounds. You know, you've done totally different routes. He was the golden boy coming through, Olympics 2016, bronze medal, you know, big contracts handed to him and everything else. You had to do it the hard way, going to all the promoters turning you away, you going then working on the small hall shows. But you sort of fed off that. That fueled you in many ways, because you go, you want to prove that you belong at the top. And like I say, you've done the small halls and you've done like sort of Southern area, English, British, Commonwealth, European. And now, Dan, you're here and you're boxing a guy that, you know, many people would have said 18 months ago, Buatsi's a clear winner, and now it's a real 50-50. How did you get to that point? You know, like talk us through, you know, your journey.
Like you said, man, when I first turned over, I didn't have no big amateur pedigree. I remember turning over and going to all the big promoters, all of them, like, and just being like, nah, like, who are you, like, do you know what I mean? And then, like, straight away I realized, look, I ain't done anything, so I have to, like, if I could have got it handed easy, like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have mind, but I had to earn my stripes, like, literally, belt after belt. And every time I would be at one stage and I would, you know, say the Southern area, it'll give me that confidence to move on to the next one. And each level, each stage, that just give me an extra bit more of, like, I don't know, like, gave me an extra more armor, like, to think, yes.
Was it hard mentally, that, like, to go through that? Because you know when you get, like, knock back, and you go, no, I'm going to still go on, keep going. And now people are believing in you because you've done it as the underdog in the other guy's backyard. Was that difficult mentally to go through that, like, or does it make you mentally stronger now you've got your opportunity? No,
100% it makes me mentally stronger, 1,000,000%, because like you said, you're pushing forward, but you're still getting pushed back. Like, you're not being mentioned amongst the guys that, you know, you think, oh yeah, I should be in the mix with them. So yeah, it just gave me that, like, I guess I had a chip on my shoulder, man, and that always comes out in my training, in fights. Like, do you know what I mean? I always say I'm not the most gifted, I'm not the most talented, but I think that drive, that passion, that wanting to always prove myself always shows and surpasses everything else.
Listen, you know, we know the landscape of the light heavyweights right now, and it is very, very attractive. One of the best divisions right now. You know, you've got Artur Beterbiev. Looks like he's going to be fighting Dimitri Bivol June the 1st for the undisputed out in Saudi Arabia. Where do you fit into the mix of this if you win? Is it that you're looking for one of those, obviously, because you'll be mandated then by the WBA, or could we be looking closer to home, someone like Anthony Yard?
I don't know, but what I do know is, come Saturday, after being victorious against Buatsi, I've definitely earned the right to say, look, I'm up here with the top guys you're mentioning, whether it's Yard, Bivol, Beterbiev. Do you know what I mean? This is a fight where whoever wins,
you're in a healthy position.
Yeah, you're in a health. Like, this is definitely one of those fights.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, like, that fight is being talked about for June the 1st out in Saudi Arabia, so they won't be fighting again till possibly the end of the year, which leaves you a big space and a big gap there. And I think that the most attractive fight out there for the winner of this one, and you're saying you're going to come through victorious, has got to be Anthony Yard. I mean, with the performance he put in against Beterbiev, he looks like he's improving all the time, and that is a sexy fight, a fight that the British public would love to see.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, you know, you're talking about the guys outside of Britain, just even in the UK, like the top 5, 6, 7, 8 fighters, they're all juicy fights. Like, so yeah, it's all about legacy, what the fans want to see, and after this fight, like I said, the winner is definitely in a really good position.
Yeah, look, you WBA number 1 and 2, you two, WBO number 1 and 2, WBC 2 and 3.
Wow.
So it's got to be world title honours next, really, if that's where you're looking at.
Yes, no, for sure, definitely. Like you said, you reeled through all the belts I've had. only one missing now is a world title, and that's where I'm, you know, trying to get to.
Dan, what a journey you've been on, and this is not just the right to fight for the world title here. This is South London bragging rights as well.
No, for sure.
For people that don't understand that,
I won't be able to come to box Park again if I lose. So, do you know what I mean? Like you said, it's also, we're in a tight knit community here, and yeah, like it's bragging rights to South London too.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, what can we expect here today? Now you're going to go up there. You're going to have your head-to-heads. You're going to sit down. You've been trying to stoke the fire a little bit, but he's been playing it really cool and not really giving too much away. I mean, what's your approach now up to the fight? Is it just a case of we want to get it on and showcase what we're going to do in the ring? Because this is like an old school fight. Like I know that you'll both leave it in the ring because what's on the line, but what happens here today? Yeah,
you know what? I can't even tell you. I don't know. We'll have to wait until we get up there. But like you said, we're like a day away, like day and a couple hours away. Yeah. So we both know it doesn't matter what's being said. Like, it's nice for the build-up or whatnot. We both know we've got to see each other in the ring. So we're probably both not going to be too fussed about the talking stage. But it makes for good build-up for the fans and everyone watching.
It does, and you know what, you two are like two of the nicest guys in boxing, and it's great to see you putting everything aside and getting it on. An old school fight that we're going to get there on Saturday night, a potential fight of the year contender. Now, do us a big favour, Dan.
Yes.
Look straight down that lens and tell the talkSPORT viewers and listeners why they should be tuning in on Saturday night.
Listen, guys, you have to tune in. This is a coming-of-age fight, two undefeated fighters, both from South London, top 10 in all the governing bodies, and we both make for a great fight. You have to tune in. We're both going to put everything on the line, and God willing, the winner goes on to fight for a world title. So please tune in, man. It's going to be a great fight.